All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Truth with Ben Jokes, your favorite political talk show. Now, the poverty under the Tinubu regime continues, and the future doesn't look auspicious at all. There is no sector that is working. Tinubu and his appointees are all about how much they can get. Check this out. Breaking news. The Nigerian House of Representatives has approved bill to increase Lagos local government areas from 20 to 57 local government areas. Apparently, this was one of the 39 bills passed by the House of Reps yesterday. And of course, you know who controls all the Lagos state allocations, including those of local governments. He just created more local governments in Lagos State so that allocations will increase for him to embezzle. And don't get me wrong, creation of more local government areas is not bad, but what is the motive behind this creation? In this case, it is clearly for one man to enrich himself. You will pad budget, you will take numerous unnecessary loans which you cannot account for, you will take your own percentage from contracts awarded, and now you are creating 37 additional local government areas in Lagos State for you to embezzle more. What is it that Tinubu actually wants in this life that he does not already have? And a few hours ago, a very shocking and humiliating update came out of the Nigerian police. I couldn't have seen this in my wildest imagination. Tinubu regime encouraging Nigerian police officers to abandon their jobs and become keke napep drivers. You heard me right. They are loaning out keke napep to Nigerian police officers. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that protest from the Nigerian military began making the rounds. The wrath that the Tinubu regime and indeed the entire APC have brought into the Nigerian army is enormous. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you these videos. The first video here is coming all the way from Rivers State. This is the situation report. See the video.
Clearly, as a party, as a people, as citizens of the state, we condemn that proclamation, the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. Because if you go to the Constitution, what I'm holding is a copy of the Constitution. Section 305 set out the conditions that a state of emergency can be declared. One of it is that the Nigeria must be at war. Or two, there must be imminent danger of war to happen in this country. Three, that there is the likelihood of total breakdown of law and order, or there is a total breakdown of law and order. Going forward, the governor can request, if there are prevailing situations in the state, that you require a declaration of state of emergency to the president. None of these conditions is prevalent in Rivers State as we speak. You cannot find one, a single one of them, listed in Section 305 of the Nigerian Constitution. The question is, where and how did the president arrive at the declaration of the state of emergency? All the things that is happening in this state is known to everybody, both journalists, non-journalists, both citizens, and those residents in Rivers State. Everybody knows the crisis in Rivers State. The crisis in Rivers State is that FCT Minister Yeso Wike said he assisted Sim to be governor of the state. He assisted the State House of Assembly to be elected. He assisted the senators and he assisted the House of Representative members. For this reason, that he wants to have control of both the governance of the state, the structure of the party in the state, and the resources of the state. This is the condition in the state. The president by now should have had enough intelligence to tell him that the situation in Rivers State is pure disagreement between former governor and current governor over control of resource, not the issue of crisis. For this reason, he said he helped the assembly to be elected. He hold on to the assembly. The assembly is no longer working for the state. The assembly is working for him, FCT minister. If you look at the House of Reps, we have 13 House of Reps. It's only 5 that is talking with the governor. The rest of them are with him. The three senators, none of them is talking to the governor. They are talking with Yeso Wike. So what exactly does Yeso Wike want in this state? Control of resource, control of structure, control of the governor. The president should have enough intelligence. We don't have any crisis in this state. As we speak, a state of emergency has been declared. The sole administrator is here. Tell me where there is crisis in the state as we speak. The sole administrator doesn't have any work in this state because there is no emergency anywhere. River State is as peaceful as the water. What is the sole administrator doing now? Removing the secretary to state government in the office and appointing a new one. Asking the head of service to resign and appoint a new one. Asking the local government, head of local government to come and submit activities of local government. Are this part of the emergency in the state?
You heard that. The sole administrator appointed by Tinubu to begin governing Rivers State after he suspended Fubara is now busy sacking other elected officials in Rivers State. And the aim is to totally take charge of the resources of the state, to plunder the wealth of the state. And the speaker kept saying that by now, Tinubu should have the intelligence to know that Wike is the cause of the crisis. Well, unless the speaker is just, stylishly trying to insult Tinubu, by now the speaker too should know that Tinubu is very much aware. He has been aware since that Wike is the cause of the crisis, but he just does not care. All he cares about is resources of the state and 2027 presidential elections. What a shame. Our next video here is the reaction of Oby Ezekwesili to the event that took place at the Senate between her and Senator Nwaebonyi. Now, while Nwaebonyi was all but screaming at the interviewer when he was reacting to the event, look at the class displayed by Madam Oby Ezekwesili in her reaction. See the video.
You know what? This is what women go through largely when the camera is not on in some of our public spaces. The culture of silencing the woman who wants to say, what has been done to me is not proper, is one that has attained a pattern of behavior. It was that pattern of behavior you saw on display. The only difference is that cameras could pick it up. So I want to use this opportunity to say that this I consider to be one of the distractions that the Senate wants for the purpose of ignoring the persistent call that what Senator Poti Uduaghan needs is fair hearing. Have you not observed how since the matter of this sexual harassment was alleged by her against the Senate president, they have not addressed that matter. They have done every other thing around it, thrown words, thrown statements, done all kinds of things. I want the country, I want the nation, I want the public to please ignore whatever happened at the Senate. We now see an indication of what we should be addressing as part of our systemic change. But I want us to not put our eyes away from a woman, a senator, elected by her own people, who then said that the origin of the problem that we all first saw on the floor of the Senate was actually not about seat allocation. It was that all of that happened as the consequence of having rebuffed the sexual advance that was made toward her. As an important country in the world, what we all must agree is that such a material piece of information in our public space can only be addressed through an independent investigation of the allegation. It has to be addressed through a fair hearing, and if the petitioner who signed on her behalf is saying, I am not guaranteed that fair hearing here today, it shouldn't have been a basis for the Senate to try to use the games of the rules of the Senate, which, by the way, they apply inconsistently. The rules of the Senate are subordinate to the Constitution and the laws of the land.
Right. You saw that. You see, politics and, government office, government positions have really put crowns on the heads of pigs, making them appear like royalty in Nigeria. Imagine Senator Nwabonyi saying that he is higher in social strata to the woman we just watched. Nigeria has done too much damage. 80% of those in public offices today should be in the motor parks. Yes, I said it, period. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that humiliation of the Nigerian police by the Tinubu regime. Police officers are being loaned keke napep as side hustle. And next is that protest by the Nigerian military over the corruption in the force. They said they no longer have the willingness to defend Nigeria. Let's start by taking that update from the Nigerian police. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: Nigerian Police Cooperative begins distribution of 5.5 million naira tricycle keke napep to officers on loan under welfare scheme. Sahara reporters: the Nigerian Police Cooperative Multipurpose Society Limited has started distributing tricycles, commonly known as keke napep, to interested personnel. This comes after the recent introduction of Bulk Stalker Engineering Limited to police personnel as part of a welfare program initiated by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun. On March 16, Sahara reporters exclusively reported that a police wireless message dated March 12, 2025 from the Assistant Inspector General of Police overseeing the Police Cooperative Society in Lagos informed all departments, commands and units about the initiative through the Nigeria Police Cooperative Multipurpose Society Limited. It identified the company as suppliers of tricycle trucks, trike pickup, TTI single cabin, tricycles taxis, trike taxi TP7, trickle ambulance on loan to interested members of the force at the rate of 5,500,000 naira only. It said that monthly deduction will be 90,000 naira only, which is to be paid within 60 months. Tricycles, commonly known as keke, are widely used for commercial transportation in Nigeria. Allowing officers to acquire them on loan provides an additional source of income and improves their financial security. And Police Cooperative was established in 1977 with the aim of enhancing the welfare of its corporators and their members. You heard that. Now, if you conduct a proper research, I am 100% sure that the company supplying that keke napep to be loaned to police officers belongs to Tinubu or somebody connected to him. 5.5 million for keke napep. So they have moved into the police force to exploit the officers. Police Cooperative, established in 1977, and in 2025, all they can do for police officers is to loan them keke napep. You loan them keke napep so that they can be driving all around town and dragging with agberos. That is what you want your police officers to be doing with the level of insecurity in Nigeria today. You destroy the economy and you cannot sit down and think of a proper way to improve the lives of police officers, vital members of the society. You say they should come and take keke napep. And who sells keke napep for 5.5 million naira? 5.5 million naira. What is that keke napep made of? These people have totally destroyed the economy and this country. 5.5 million naira. They are to pay 90,000 naira monthly for 60 months. How much is their salary? But there are many Nigerians who will say that policemen deserve it. Because when Nigerians come out to try to stop all these anomalies, it is still this same police that they will use to attack the citizens. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to this, that update on that protest from the Nigerian army began making the rounds. Look at how the papers reported it. Exclusive: we are exhausted. Our fighting spirit is gone. Nigerian soldiers protest over 2 years deployment without rotation in Northwest. Sahara reporters. Nigerian soldiers deployed in Operation Fansanyama Northwest have expressed frustration over the military's failure to rotate them, citing a lack of funds. The troops, who were initially assigned a 6-month deployment, have now spent 2 years and 6 months on the front lines without being allowed to return home. Sahara reporters can report. Despite being overdue for redeployment, the soldiers say they are repeatedly told there are no funds to facilitate their return. Many of them have not seen their families in years, leading to exhaustion and demoralization. About the ill treatment we are facing here in Operation Fansanyama Northwest, and the most important thing is that we are due for rotation from the operation, but up till now, they keep telling us no funds to change us back and see our family. One of the affected soldiers lamented, "For 2 years and 6 months, we have been in this operation. Initially, we came to the operation to spend 6 months. On reaching the operation ground, the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja, turned it into 2 years. But now we are overdue without any hope of being rotated." Operation Fansanyama Northwest comprises Katsina and Zamfara states. This is what makes us demoralized and exhausted for over 2 years in one place. Our families are eager to see us. They refuse to rotate us, a soldier said. The troops also admitted that their morale had collapsed after years without proper rest or support. "Our fighting spirits have died. We are just fighting to survive," a soldier stated. They criticized the military's failure to honor leave policies, noting that while they are entitled to a 2-week pass every 3 months, they have waited for 2 years and 6 months without being granted. Wow. This is a direct message to Aso Rock soldiers in northwest Nigeria, particularly Katsina and Zamfara, are saying clearly that they are no longer interested in the fight against insurgency. They are no longer interested in defending the state. They said they are only fighting to stay alive. They said they are demoralized because of the corruption in the army under the APC. They said they were initially deployed to spend 6 months. Late Taoreed Lagbaja came and made it 2 years. Now they are 2 years, 6 months at the front line, yet they have not been redeployed. What wickedness is this? And even their normal pass, that is 14 days leave after every 90 days. You fight for 3 straight months, then they give you 14 days to go and see your family. Even that one, they have been denied. And that is why these soldiers are now protesting. You know, when we say that we need to come together to fight the political class, some people will say we should not blame soldiers, that they are obeying the last order. That if they are given last order to obey, they must obey the order. But the things that are written in your own acts, the things that are written in the military acts are being disobeyed by your top chiefs. You are supposed to have 14 days out of 90 after fighting for 90 straight days. They have denied you for 2 years, 6 months. So if they tell you to go and attack protesters, you too should deny them. You too should say no. That is what we are telling you to do. If you are supposed to obey others, why are they disobeying the fundamental orders that are guiding even the force itself? That is why Nigerians have no pity for police or the military anymore. Because if they rise to make this country right, it is still you people that will come and scatter the protest. But with this new wave of soldiers complaining openly, Nigerians are hoping that in a short while, we hope it won't be too long anymore when military personnel carrying guns will rise up with the people against the political class. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here, so don't go away.